Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today I'm going to be doing a project that's of little or no actual functional value per se, but is for the Weekly Blacksmiths Challenge, which is a Facebook group that pushes our collective envelope a little bit and gets us thinking outside the box. So this week's challenge is to make a hook, as in like a crane hook. And to go with that, I'm going to add in a couple of links of chain. I don't know how well this actual part will go, because I've never actually made chain before. So let's follow along as I learn a new skill. Oh, styling stock is some 24mm round by 13 centimeters. And my chain stock is 1/2 inch by 12mm by 200mm. So that's 1/2 inch by 8. This is inch by 5 by 5. So let's have some fun. Let's learn something. Now I'm going to start off with the bit that I'm most unsure of, i.e. the chain. So let's start off by upsetting the ends of the pieces for the links a little bit before setting up the scarf joins. Don't need to upset it too much, just a little bit. Bit of extra mass. The other end. Now, because I'm using the gas forge, I can actually afford to keep all 3 pieces in the fire at once. If I was using the coal forge, I would not be game to do that. Use a heavier hammer for this part. I'm just not getting quite enough movement. Scarf 1 done. You've got to remember with these that when you come to do the other end, it's got to be rotated 180 degrees. And I don't mean the stock end for ending, I mean you want to do this so that when you've got this one pointing up, this one points down. ready to bend. Now I'm going to turn this 90 degrees. I think there's probably an easier way to bend this. That one's better. Now we have an issue. This needs to be that way so this can get underneath it. So I'm going to take the bending forks out, rearrange things, and then twist this so that I can get the forks in the right way and get the scarves lining up. Our scarves more or less lining up. So the next one. So once these are welded, I have a feeling I need those a little less of an angle in between them. Flux the first link that we weld. Alright, a little bit of flux. Now I may have this join open a little bit too much, so we'll see how we go. Alright, we're at welding, eh? See how we go. try and get that scarf in. Okay, next here we're working over the horn, I think. Hold it up. They're coming apart. It's uniform in colour. I'm just going to try and phase in one last little bit of the scarf just to tidy it up a bit, and then we'll weld in its partner link and start working the hook. I think that's a pretty solid link. I wouldn't trust it for lifting purposes, but as my first attempt goes, I think that's worked out. Alright, so we've got the first link linked into the next link. Just getting the scarves to made up pretty well. Brushing. Some of the good stuff. Let's get started on the hook. Now, this is a leftover of the material from the Wing Chun project. we take a moment, what I'm working towards for the hook is a long tapering section that's about 10 millimeters thick by about 24 to 25 millimeters wide at its widest, tapering to a fine point, and then the far end will have, where it is 25 millimeters by 10, will have at one end, which I'll have to leave a little bit thicker, I'll punch a hole and drift to size to fit the chain. Once I've got the rectangular section basically forged to where I want it, then I will forge all the round, well, I say round, but it'll actually be oblate. And once that's done, I'll bend it to shape, then I'll weld in the last link of the chain to link everything up, and then we'll have a hook with 3 links. So let's get the forge lit again and keep going. Right. How wide are we? Oh, we're right about where we want width-wise. The mass behind. Now we're just drawing out to form the hook. Now I want to get the outside edge a bit thinner than the inside. quite happy with that. So, at the end of the day, we've got a nice hook and 3 links of chain. Couldn't quite get that last scarf joint to forge in, but as each of these is welds are all have all ended up essentially on the radius, and none of them have come apart during that process. I'm going to say that it's a sound chain. Wouldn't want to guess at the breaking strain, but I think it'll hold up to light duties, and being mild steel, that's all it's ever going to be subjected to hanging on the wall. So this was an immense amount of fun. I really should have tried chain making a lot sooner, 30 years down the track, but anyway. So, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, ring the notification bell. So get out to the shop, have fun, push your skill set, learn a new skill, but above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.